Hi everyone, this is Sivalakshmi Pannaselvam working as an assistant professor at RMK College of Engineering and Technology. In today's video, we are going to see about sensor tasking and control, which is a topic under Wireless Sensor Network Unit 4 Infrastructure Management. So as the name is self-explanatory, sensor tasking and control. So here the task of a sensor is all about sensing the information, real-time world information, and converting into a electrical quantity. So this is a task of a simple sensor. Not only it senses the information, and sometimes it routes the information, it relays the information to the another sensor in a network. So these are the two main tasks done by the sensors. So what makes or what is a necessity to have a control over these two tasks now? Because as we all know, the sensors have a limited power supply and bandwidth. So how many of our sensors we are going to deploy, whether it is sparsely distributed or densely distributed, we always take care of the energy management problem into account. So while performing these tasks, what the two main tasks like sensing and routing the information, through some techniques we can have a control over the power and the energy as well as the bandwidth it utilizes. So starting from the information, from the aspect of information collected by the sensors, we could save the energies of the sensors. Say suppose whether all the sensors information is needed or only the selective sensors information is needed. Based on that, we can reduce the energy consumed by the sensors. And sometimes we can make the nodes itself to be active, or we can make few nodes to be put under sleep or idle condition so as to reduce the energy consumed by all the sensors in a network. So not only this, and the algorithms used by wireless sensors networks has to be updated, because as we all know, it is not like any other communication networks. It senses values which are not known, and even the cost of sensing may vary with the kind of data we may sense. So basically we should manage the energy based on the information or based on the location of the nodes, and also based on the algorithms we are going to impose in a sensor. So before designing any strategies for sensors task now, we have to perform the control or impose some control by answering these questions. So what are they? First would be, what are the important objects in the environment to be sensed? So we have to choose what kind of physical quantity we are going to sense in an environment, whether it's going to be a single quantity or more than a single quantity, and what are the relationships between each and every quantity to the kind of higher level of information we need to know, and what parameters of those objects are relevant, which is the best sensor to acquire a particular parameter, how many sensing and communication operations will be needed to accomplish the task, how coordinated do the world models of the different sensors need to be, at what level do we communicate information in a spectrum from a signal to a symbol. So all these questions has to be kept in mind while designing or proposing any strategies for sensor tasking. So this is very, very important as a network engineer when we impose certain constraints over the task of our sensors. Not only with this, we also should take care of the operations of the sensors, right? Just by knowing the roles or the responsibilities of sensors and what are the utilities. For example, say suppose in a network, if we have deployed randomly n number of nodes. Now we may at times make few nodes to be both performing sensing and routing information, or we may choose certain sensors to just perform the sensing of operation alone, and after sensing the informations we can make few other nodes which are left out to route the information alone. Sometimes if both these operations are not necessary, then we can make those nodes to be idle or put under sleep mode so as to preserve energy. So in this way also we can preserve energy of a network, wireless sensor network. So here is one typical diagram explaining the operations of sensors. Different operations could be performed, or the roles of the sensors performed in a network. Say suppose environment, in an environment we want to sense the toxic chemicals present. Say based on the locations of the sensors we can make a few sensors to put under sleep or idle mode, idle condition. So here, since this is more far away from here, now we can make this node to be idle, and this is nearby but not close to the base station. We can just make use of these node for sensing the information alone which is present around the environment, and those which are present inside the environment exactly to the code, then we can make those sensors to act both like a sensing as well as routing, so that these informations would be these sensors would be providing the information along with its own information, sensed information. It will perform the aggregation and then routes the information to the next immediate sensor, where this also performs the aggregation with its own sensed information again, and then finally routes the information to the next nearby node, where this node is like far away from the environment but close to the base station. So I can make use of this node to perform the operation of routing alone. It need not be in idle or in sensing mode. It can just route the information whatever it receives. So thereby I'm preserving some energies in this network. So finally this sensor routes the information whatever it has. It doesn't perform any aggregation because it is not going to sense. So it just merely routes the information to the actual base station, where from the station the person or the humans who need those informations could be processed. So with this, the sensor tasking and control is over. I hope you understood. Thank you.